Good evening. This is Mary Murphy in the Pix 11 newsroom, and we have more breaking news relating to the murder case of Junior Guzman Feliz. The 12th and final suspect that investigators were looking for has been picked up by Connecticut State Police today. He was driving a gray Honda on Interstate 84. We're told that his name is Luis Cabrero, and he was stopped in Southbury, Connecticut, which is near Hartford. Tonight, he is in a state police barracks in Connecticut. There is a murder warrant for his arrest here in New York State. There will be an extradition hearing tomorrow in court in Connecticut, and then it's expected that Cabrero will be brought back here to the Bronx to appear for an arraignment on murder charges in the Bronx, just like the 11 other suspects who were arrested in this case, which happened over 2 weeks ago, this murder on June 20th, and you've been following all the developments with us here at Pix 11. Andrea Cavalier, my colleague here on the news desk, Doug Kahn, he's our assignment editor, and then we have Eliza Shazan. We are all giving you up-to-date developments when they happen on Pix11.com and Pix11 Facebook. And we did a Mary Murphy Files broadcast this evening, and we were talking about the fact that it was the first show in 2 weeks that did not discuss this case. And as soon as we got off the air, I found out that this 12th and final murder suspect had been picked up. Now, we are hearing there are probably 1 or 2 people that were on the scene that night that are cooperating witnesses. I was told on Friday when the 11th witness was brought into the station house, they were looking for one more guy, and apparently now they definitely have him. He was surprised when he was stopped on Interstate 84. Once again, if you're just joining us, his name is Luis Cabrero, and he is going to be charged with murder and probably gang assault for the chase and the machete murder of Lisandro Jr. Guzman Feliz on June 20th. So many thousands of you have followed this here in New York, New Jersey, also in the Caribbean and overseas, because this really touched a lot of people because of the brutal nature of what happened. I mean, you saw this teenager with, that young baby face being dragged out of a bodega where he was seeking shelter, and then being brutally set upon by multiple men out on the sidewalk. At least one had a machete, the others had knives. The wound that killed Junior was to his neck. And you saw the footage of him so sadly, tragically stumbling back into the bodega, asking for help, and then being directed that he should go to the hospital that was about a block away. He never made it really to the hospital. He bled to death on the sidewalk outside, and there have been a lot of questions about police officers who were there near the hospital when this was going on and when Junior died right before them and before other people that were there on that sidewalk to witness that. This is just a terrible case. There's a lot of video that we have not seen yet. There's video that showed different parts of this chase, which started on that Wednesday night. Junior was on the street, we're told, and he saw a convoy of 4 vehicles, and they were filled with 15 to 20 young men. And apparently he got frightened. Something was said. He started running, and then they chased him, and he ran for quite a distance. He actually ran out of his sandals, and by the time he got to the bodega, he only had his socks on. And he knew someone was chasing him and wanted him, and he tried to hop behind that counter, and it was difficult for him to get behind the counter. The people said that the bodega owner should have done a lot more. He claimed later that he called 911. But this case has just upset so many people. A lot of mothers and fathers worried about their children now, worried about the people they're dealing with in their neighborhoods, whether or not they could be a target of mistaken identity. So this is something that we've reported on extensively, as you know. And as we get more information, we always bring it to you live on Facebook and Pix11.com. We'll have the latest this evening on the 10 o'clock news on Pix11. But for now, just to recap, the 12th and final murder suspect in the case of Junior Guzman Feliz has been picked up in Connecticut. He was driving a gray Honda stopped on Interstate 84, and he's now in a state police barracks in Southbury, Connecticut, or near that area, which is very close to Hartford. Please follow Pix11 for the latest developments. Good night.